As a birthday present.
But first, Dave Purdy is covering traffic. Dave.
Well, right now, because of an earlier accident, we have some major backups northbound I-275 over Bird Street. Northbound traffic backed up past I-4 due to a looker's block there. With an eye on traffic, I'm Dave Purdy, 10 News.
From CBS, Channel 10, covering Tampa Bay, this is 10 News. With Marty Matthews and Dave Wagner. You're watching 10 News at 5:30.
Right now.
Oops.
Big oops.
Big oops.
Question is whether there are any more surprises out there right now as we move through the rush hour.
Dave Purdy's watching traffic for you. And Dave, how's it moving?
Well, Sue, we got a big backup this afternoon. Accident northbound I-275 over Bird Street. The left lane is blocked northbound. Traffic backed up past Dr. King. With an eye on traffic, I'm Dave Purdy, 10 News.
Thanks, Dave. They promised to keep you company for a night on the town.
Much traffic, but we have Dave Purdy out taking a look for us. Good morning, Dave.
And good morning. Happy New Year. In Hillsborough County, we have an accident. A car in a ditch southbound 75, just south of 275. And up on the Sunshine Skyway Bridge, you're going to find the high wind warnings posted. So keep both hands on the steering wheel. I'm Dave Purdy. Good day, Tampa Bay Metro traffic.
First on Fox this morning.
44, time to see how our roads are looking right now.
And here's Dave Purdy with Good Day Tampa Bay Metro traffic. Dave.
Well, an accident right now in Pinellas County. This one southbound 275 north of Roosevelt Boulevard. And authorities are still working one with a car in a ditch southbound 75 just south of 275. I'm Dave Purdy. Good day, Tampa Bay Metro traffic.
In sports this morning.
Stadium later on today with a game, but what about the roadways right now? Let's find out all the latest from Dave Purdy and Good Day Tampa Bay Metro traffic. Dave?
And good morning. Look out for those high wind warnings posted on the Sunshine Skyway Bridge. You want to keep both hands on the steering wheel. And in St. Petersburg, we have an accident. You'll find this one on 275 just north of Roosevelt Boulevard. I'm Dave Purdy. Good day, Tampa Bay Metro traffick.
A man's question.
Time to take a look at what's happening on our roadways this morning.
So let's check in with Good Day Tampa Bay Metro traffic reporter Dave Purdy. Hi, Dave.
Hey, good morning, rather. Authorities are still working the accident in St. Pete. This is at southbound 275, just north of Roosevelt Boulevard. And the Bay Area bridges, interstate systems, reportedly checking in all clear right now. I'm Dave Purdy. Good day, Tampa Bay Metro traffic.
Now, here are your last
6:35 is our time now. If you have to head out there somewhere this morning, Dave Purdy can fill you in. Dave?
Well, good morning and Happy New Year. A speed limit drive as you head through Pinellas County this morning on US 19 and 275 also traveling up to speed through Hillsborough County right now. I'm Dave Purdy. Good day, Tampa Bay Metro traffic.
And coming up next, the roads, here's Dave Purdy.
And good morning. High wind warnings right now on the Sunshine Skyway Bridge. You can expect wind gusts up to 30 to 35 miles per hour. So keep both hands on the steering wheel and watch your speed. I'm Dave Purdy. Good day, Tampa Bay Metro traffic.
You might want to...
Degrees. Now let's take a check of the morning commute. Dave Purdy with some pretty good traffic, right, Dave?
Hey, good morning. Things are looking really good out there on the roadways right now. If you're heading eastbound on I-4, you can expect some construction delays. And just a reminder, if you're caught speeding in the construction zones, fines are doubled. I'm Dave Purdy. Good day, Tampa Bay Metro traffic.
Thank you, Dave. And first on Fox at 7, tragedies after the hour. Let's get a look at what's happening in traffic this morning. There hadn't been a whole lot going on.
Not too much, but Dave Purdy's out there nonetheless, keeping an eye out for us. Hey, Dave.
Hey, good morning and Happy New Year. Construction continues right now in Oldsmar on Tampa Road. You need to watch out for the lane shifting there. And the interchange, a problem spot many mornings, looking really good right now. I'm Dave Purdy. Good day, Tampa Bay Metro traffic.
In consumer news this morning.
Downtown Tampa is packed.
So what is the best way to get down there to the celebration, or if you're so inclined, avoid it? Well, let's check in with Metro Traffic's Dave Purdy.
And good evening. You can still expect to see some road closures through the downtown area as the festivities continue tonight. Roads affected by the Street Fest include Ashley between Kennedy and Cass, Madison from Tampa to Florida, and your best bet for driving into the area is Morgan Street south to the Ice Palace parking lot. I'm Dave Purdy, Fox 13 Metro Traffic.
All right, Dave, thanks. Another big story of the day involves 3 Polk.
Arrive time to head home.
And Tom Pendleton is taking a look at the traffic out there. Tom, what's going on?
Well, good afternoon, Sue and Reggie. Emergency crews are on the scene of an accident with injuries in the westbound lanes of the Howard Franklin Bridge, just a little bit west of the hump. That's causing a big backup there. And an overturned vehicle crash reported US 19. That's in the northbound lanes just south of Almerton and Largo. Bayflight is heading out to that scene. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Thanks, Tom. Well, as is covering traffic for us. Tom, how does it look out there?
Well, good afternoon, Sue and Reggie. We'll start off in Brandon with an accident on Grand Regency and 60. That's right there in front of the mall. And over on the Clearwater side, an accident with injuries at Gulf to Bay and Keene. This one is right in the middle of the intersection and causing some big headaches as you make your way through that area. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Thank you, Tom. A visitor.
But first, Tom Pendleton is covering traffic. Tom?
Good afternoon, Dave and Marty. You can expect some delays as you make your afternoon commute home in the USF area. An accident there right at 30th and Beers. Look out for a disabled vehicle as you head northbound. That's on 275 right at Ashley. That's taking up the right lane. And the high wind warning lights are on the Sunshine Skyway Bridge with a wind gust at just about 25 to 30 miles per hour. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Talk about snow. Time now to get a check on going home traffic.
Here's Dave Purdy with Fox 13 Metro traffic.
Good afternoon. We'll start off in Tampa with a big problem. It's an accident northbound 275 just north of Howard, Armenia. This involving 2 cars and 2 semis. Also an accident involving a motorcycle at Gibsonton and 301. And the high wind warning signs are posted on the Sunshine Skyway Bridge with wind gusts just around 30 miles per hour. I'm Dave Purdy, Fox 13 News Metro Traffic.
There could be a major development.
Take a look at Tampa Bay's rush hour.
Tom Pendleton is covering the traffic for us. Tom, how does it look out there?
Well, good afternoon. If you plan out heading out there on the roads anytime soon, authorities have their hands full in Pinellas County. It's an accident with injuries at Almerton and US 19. And just around the corner, a wreck southbound 49th Street at Almerton and over to Hillsborough County now. Problems getting on and off the Veterans Expressway. A car went into a wall there. That's just near the Van Dyke entrance at Hutchinson, and that may take some time to clear out. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Thank you, Tom.
Well, Dick Fletcher's out.
He's doing that for us this morning. Dave?
Hey, Bill, thanks a lot. Wrapping up an accident in Plant City now at Medulla and Cornet. That shouldn't cause you any problems, though. Also expect some heavy volume if you're making your way around the Sunshine State today on I-75. And ceremonies continue at the Veterans Memorial Museum and Park. That's at 3602 US 301 in Tampa, and some free admission, too. I'm Dave Purdy. Good day, Tampa Bay Metro Traffic.
All right, Dave, thank you very much. Well, many Americans...
8:26 on Sunday, May 24th. Metro Traffic's Jack Ross joins us now with a check on the roadways. Jack?
Well, if you're looking to head out into Tampa from Newport Richie, a crash reported on State Road 54, just 2 miles east of Little Road. Could slow you down your ride a little. At noon, it's Starfest in Vinoy Park in St. Pete. With many rock bands taking the stage, you can expect the pier area to be really busy. And the big bridges and interstate systems not giving you any problems throughout the Bay Area this morning. I'm Jack Ross for News Channel 8.
This Metro Traffic Report brought to you by Morgan, Colling & Gilbert. For the people.
Check of our holiday weekend travel conditions with Good Day Tampa Bay's Metro Traffic's Dave Purdy. Dave?
Well, Bill, if you're going to be catching a plane this morning, coming from the Newport Richie area, if you're traveling over to Tampa, you may want to leave a little bit earlier. There's an accident in the works on State Road 54, just 2 miles east of Little Road. In St. Petersburg, the Baby Boom Bazaar collectible show starts at 10 a.m. this morning. Lou Ferrigno, the Incredible Hulk, will be there, as well as the skipper from Gilligan's Island, Russell Johnson. You can take 275 to 375 or 9th Street to get to the St. Petersburg Coliseum. I'm Dave Purdy. Good day, Tampa Bay Metro Traffic.
All right, Dave, thank you very much. And straight ahead.
Doing, Jack?
Well, Yolanda, reportedly no accidents at this time. St. Petersburg, though, should be very busy today. Vinoy Park will be hosting Starfest 98. Lots of rock bands taking the stage, and that starts at noon. You can park over at the pier if you wish. And the Baby Boom Bazaar collectible show, that starts at 10 this morning. The Incredible Hulk, Lou Ferrigno, will be there, as well as the professor from Gilligan's Island, Russell Johnson. You can take 275 to 375 or 9th Street over to 5th Avenue North to get to the St. Petersburg Coliseum. I'm Jack Ross for News Channel 8.
This Metro Traffic...
Whatever you can out there,
That's right.
huh?
Get the powerboat.
All right, thanks, Craig. Let's go now to Metro Traffic's Jack Ross for a look at the Bay Area roads. Jack?
Well, if you're thinking of taking the Howard Franklin Bridge to get into Tampa, it's a disabled vehicle. May slow you down just a little bit west of the hump there. And ceremonies continue today at the Veterans Memorial Museum and Park. That's at 3602 U.S. Highway 301 in Tampa. Things get underway there at 2 o'clock, and admission is free. And heavier volume expected on the interstate system, so buckle up and drive safely. I'm Jack Ross for News Channel 8.
This Metro Traffic...
Metro Traffic's Jack Ross now for a check of Bay Area roads. Jack?
Well, a couple problems you may encounter as you head out on the roadways. If northbound 75 is your route out of town, well, watch for a crash right at Bruceby Downs. And in the USF area, we've got some debris in the roadway at 46th and Fletcher. That's taken up a whole lane of traffic. And fire department personnel on their scene of a structure fire. This is at Hillsborough Avenue, just west of Armenia at Forest Hills Drive. Buckle up and stay safe this holiday weekend. I'm Jack Ross for News Channel 8.
This Metro Traffic Report brought to you by...
Well, all right, area roadways. Here's Fox 13 Metro Traffic reporter Dave Purdy. Dave?
Good morning, Bill. We'll start off in Tampa with a crash. It's in the clearing stages at Himes and Main. Over to Pinellas Park, 49th Street is shut down between 86th and 88th Avenues. That's due to continuing police investigation. Authorities will be there on the scene at least for another hour or so. I'm Dave Purdy. Good day, Tampa Bay Metro Traffic.
All right, Dave, thanks very much. Straight ahead on Good Day here today, and Dave Purdy is keeping a close eye on each and every one of them for us. Dave, how they doing?
Well, good morning, Bill. Police investigation continues in Pinellas Park with the southbound lanes of 49th Street shut down between 86th and 88th Avenues. Also, big bridges looking good at this time. You can expect a speed limit drive on Ulmerton heading to the Howard Franklin Bridge as you make your way over to the Tampa side. I'm Dave Purdy. Good day, Tampa Bay Metro Traffic.
Dave, thanks very much. A very sick little Bay Area girl.
Good morning. I'm Yolanda Fernandez. It's 8:26 on Sunday, March 22nd. Let's check in now with Metro Traffic's Jack Ross. Good morning, Jack.
Good morning. Due to an ongoing police investigation in Pinellas Park, the southbound lanes of 49th Street are shut down between 86th and 88th Avenues. And the South Region Tournament final tipping off at 5 o'clock this afternoon at Tropicana Field. The game is sold out, so watch for some heavy volume on 9th Street, 5th Avenue, 375, and 175. I'm Jack Ross for News Channel 8.
This Metro...
Check of the morning traffic. Here is Fox 13 Metro Traffic reporter Dave Purdy. Dave?
Good morning. Police are still investigating a shooting on 49th Street in Pinellas Park. The southbound lanes remain closed between 86th and 88th Avenues. Also, smooth sailings if you're heading into the junction this morning. And do watch out for the ongoing construction on I-4. A reminder, if you're caught speeding through the construction zones, the fines are doubled. I'm Dave Purdy. Good day, Tampa Bay Metro Traffic.
All right, Dave, let's go back out now to Katrina.
About how the roads are doing with Metro Traffic's Jack Ross. He's standing by. Jack, good morning.
Good morning, Yolanda. Police are still investigating a shooting on 49th Street in Pinellas Park. The southbound lanes remain closed between 86th and 88th Avenues. And also, smooth sailing heading in and out of the junction this morning. But do watch for the ongoing construction on I-4. And a reminder, if you're caught speeding through the construction zones, your fines will be doubled. I'm Jack Ross for News Channel 8.
This Metro Traffic Report.
Good morning. We check in now with Fox 13 Metro Traffic's Dave Purdy. Good morning, Dave.
Hey, Eric. Good morning, everyone. If you plan on getting an early start this Easter Sunday, just 2 accidents to look out for. The first one in Brandon at I-75 and Adamo, and also a wreck. It's in the clearing stages in the USF area at Fletcher and 56th Street. I'm Dave Purdy. Good day, Tampa Bay Metro Traffic.
Thanks, Dave. We'll check back with you later on. There's much more conditions. We check in with Fox 13 Metro Traffic reporter Dave Purdy. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning, Eric, and hello, everybody. If you have plans to head in or out of Lakeland this morning, look out for a vehicle fire. That's eastbound at I-4 at Kathleen Road. That's exit number 17. In Largo, today is the last day of the Renaissance Festival with Easter egg hunts every hour. The fun starts at 10 and runs till 6 tonight, so East Bay should be pretty heavy with some volume. I'm Dave Purdy. Good day, Tampa Bay Metro Traffic.
Just ahead on Good Day at the traffic out there with Fox 13's Metro Traffic, Dave Purdy.
Thanks, Eric. Hello, everyone. If you're going to be heading out this morning along Dale Mabry in the construction zone, an accident a little bit north of Gandy. A vehicle there ran up over a curb. And if you're caught speeding through any construction zones, the fines are double. Authorities are wrapping up a vehicle fire in Lakeland. It's eastbound I-4 at Kathleen. I'm Dave Purdy. Good day, Tampa Bay Metro Traffic.
Thanks a lot, Dave. Many kids will be hunting
roads now. Jack Ross, you with us?
Hi, Yolanda. Good morning, everyone. Authorities are wrapping up an accident on Dale Mabry north of Gandy. It's right in the construction zone. Just a reminder, if you're caught speeding through any construction zones, your fines are double. And in Largo, the Renaissance Festival wrapping up today. You can expect the fun to start at 10 a.m. this morning, and it runs through 6 o'clock tonight with an Easter egg hunt every hour. East Bay should be pretty heavy throughout the day. I'm Jack Ross for News Channel 8.
Conditions with Fox 13 Metro Traffic reporter Dave Purdy. Good morning, Dave.
Hey, good morning, Eric, and hello, everybody. It's the last day of the Renaissance Festival, starting at 10 and running till 6 tonight with an Easter egg hunt every hour. You want to get out there early. East Bay should be busy all day long. And construction continuing on Tampa Road throughout Oldsmar. Watch for sudden lane changes and keep your speed down. Fines are doubled through the construction areas. I'm Dave Purdy. Good day, Tampa Bay Metro Traffic.
Thanks, Dave. Straight ahead on Good Day Tampa Bay.
And go to visit your relatives. You want to find out how the traffic's doing. Let's go to Jack Ross with Metro Traffic. Jack?
Hello, Yolanda. Good morning, everyone. If you're planning on getting an early start this Easter Sunday, roadways are looking pretty good. We do have one accident in Brandon at Bloomingdale and Bell Shoals. And expect a speed limit drive southbound on I-275 through the downtown area and over the Howard Franklin Bridge as you make your way into St. Petersburg. I'm Jack Ross for News Channel 8.
This Metro Traffic
has a look at traffic for us. How's it moving?
Well, hello, Sue and Reggie. Good afternoon, everyone. Starting off in Tampa, a problem that might slow you down. It's a big broken down bus taking up the center lane, northbound 275 right at Bush Boulevard. And a wreck just up the road involving 4 vehicles on southbound 275 right in the junction. The right lane there is blocked and traffic is backed up all the way to Florabraska. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Thank you, Tom.
Lousy way to start your weekend, stuck in traffic, huh?
You better believe it, but you know what? The weather is...
Traffic reporter Dave Purdy standing by. Dave?
Hi, Bill. An accident slowing you down in St. Pete at 19 and 54th Avenue North. You can expect some lane blockage there if you're heading through that part of town. Authorities are still on the scene of an accident which turned into an arrest at 5th Avenue North and 49th Street. Still lots of flashing lights out there. And it's the Rays and Mariners at 1:35 this afternoon. Look for some monster crowds around the Trop for the final game of this 4-game series. I'm Dave Purdy. Good day, Tampa Bay Metro Traffic.
Thanks very much, Dave. A sneak
is a News Channel 8 update.
Good morning. I'm Yolanda Fernandez. Thank you for joining us for this news update. And now let's go right to Metro Traffic's Jack Ross for a look at Bay Area roadways. Good morning, Jack.
Good morning, Yolanda. Slowdowns through St. Petersburg, US 19 and 54th Avenue North. It's an accident with some lane blockage. If you're heading out to I-75 using Bruce B. Downs, the traffic lights are out there, so you'll need to treat that as if it were a 4-way stop. And at the Trop, the Rays face off against the Mariners. It's the final game of a 4-game series. Over 40,000 people attended yesterday's game with just about that many, maybe even more for today.
Late update.
Good afternoon. I'm Yolanda Fernandez. Thanks for joining us for this news update. Let's go right to Metro Traffic's Jack Ross for a look at Bay Area roadways. Good afternoon, Jack.
Good afternoon, Yolanda. Just one accident to tell you about. This is in Brandon on Bloomingdale between Bell Shoals and Bryan. Looks like it's off to the side, though, so it shouldn't cause you any problems. In the Odessa area on Gun Highway, right around the Pasco-Hillsborough County line, it's a large sinkhole in the road. Southbound traffic is being diverted onto the shoulder, so you need to slow down through there as you'll be driving through the soft dirt. And Ken Griffey Jr. and the rest of the Seattle Mariners will be at Tropicana Field taking on our Devil Rays today. And over 40,000 people are expected for the game, so get out there early. The first pitch is set for 1:35. I'm Jack Ross for News Channel 8.
This Metro Traffic...
Check now on going home traffic.
Here's Dave Purdy, Sky Fox Traffic. Good evening, Dave.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. If you're traveling through the I-4 at 50th Street area, there's a crash there. It's off in the left lane and causing some big backups through that area. Also, a problem to be aware of. This is in the Bush Boulevard area, Tampa. It's a crash right there at 26th Street. And now here's a live look at Tropicana Field from the Sky Fox traffic cam. The Promise Keepers event getting underway at 6 o'clock, so expect some heavy volume on Central and 1st Avenue South, as well as 16th Street. I'm Dave Purdy, Fox 13 News Metro Traffic.
All right, Dave, thanks. How to take a quick look at the Bay Area rush hour traffic.
Tom Pendleton is covering traffic for us tonight. Tom?
Well, starting off in Palm Harbor with a wreck. That's causing some brake tapping along southbound 19 right at Nebraska. A busy intersection for folks traveling home to Pasco County is Gun Highway and State Road 54. Expected to be a little bit heavier due to an accident there. And in Tampa, EMS units are responding to a crash in the vicinity of Nebraska and Linebaugh. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Thank you, Tom. There's a clear
help out. Let's get a check on conditions now with Skyfox Traffic's Dave Purdy. Good morning, Dave.
Hey, good morning, Glenn. If you plan on getting an early start for Father's Day, a problem might delay you a little bit in southern Hillsborough County now. That's a crash at 41 and First National Drive. Reportedly, there's a car in a ditch there. Big Bridge is all clear now if you're heading to either St. Petersburg or Tampa, with some folks traveling above the posted speeds. And the Florida Aquarium is saluting dads today with free admission. You can expect some huge crowds out there at the Florida Aquarium today. I'm Dave Purdy, Fox 13 News Metro Traffic.
All right, thanks a lot, Dave. There is much Fox 13 Metro Traffic's Dave Purdy. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning, Glenn. Problems getting to St. Petersburg Beach this morning from South Pasadena. The Corey Causeway is stuck in the up position, and authorities are working hard to clear up that problem. Also, an accident at Park Boulevard and 83rd Street. Looks like that one's off to the side and not giving any trouble. And the fairgrounds in Tampa, there's all kinds of shows today. Horses, dolls, video games, and guns. That's out at 301 and I-4. And oh, yes, there's some road work out there, too. I'm Dave Purdy. Good day, Tampa Bay Metro Traffic.
Thanks a lot, Dave. Snoring.
News Channel 8 update.
Good morning. I'm Yolanda Fernandez. It's 8:26 on Sunday, June 21st. Happy Father's Day. Let's go right to Metro Traffic's Jack Ross with a check on the roads today. Good morning, Jack.
Good morning, Yolanda. If you're looking to take the Corey Causeway to get to St. Pete Beach from South Pasadena, not a real good idea. The bridge is now stuck in the up position. A crash in the works at Park Boulevard and 83rd Streets. That appears to be off the roadway, so you can expect just minor delays through there. And the Florida Aquarium is saluting dads today with free admission. The only stipulation, you must be accompanied by your child. I'm Jack Ross for News Channel 8.
Let's get a check on conditions now with Fox 13 Metro Traffic reporter Dave Purdy. Good morning, Dave.
Good morning, Glenn. The Corey Causeway now fixed. It was stuck in the up position, but now working fine if you're heading over to St. Petersburg Beach. Also wrapping up an accident at Park Boulevard and 83rd Street. You shouldn't have any problem getting by that one. And Tropicana Field will be packed today for the Devil Rays Red Sox game. That starts at 1:35 with lots of giveaways for Dad. I'm Dave Purdy. Good day, Tampa Bay Metro Traffic.
Thanks a lot, Dave.
To find more on our Metro Traffic report. Good morning. That's for sure. Well, let's go to Metro Traffic's Jack Ross now for an update on the roads. Good morning, Jack.
Good morning, Yolanda. If you're heading out soon, expect some delays in the South Pasadena area of Pinellas County. That's due to an accident on Pasadena Avenue just south of Gulfport Boulevard. And we had some problems earlier with the Corey Causeway Bridge being stuck in the up position. That is now working fine, so you can take that to get to St. Pete Beach. And a free jazz concert in Old Hyde Park Village at Swan and South Dakota Avenues today. That starts at 1 o'clock. Looks like a good place to bring Dad. I'm Jack Ross for News Channel 8.
Problems with the driving conditions. Let's check with Metro Traffic's Jack Ross. Jack?
Well, right now, one problem may hinder your Father's Day driving. That's in St. Petersburg on 54th Avenue North and 25th Street. EMS units are responding to an accident with injuries there. Fathers get in free today at the Florida Aquarium in downtown Tampa. The only stipulation is that you must be accompanied by your child or have a family photo. And I'm sure a lot of dads will be out at Tropicana Field today for the Rays and Red Sox game. The first pitch is set for 1:35. I'm Jack Ross for News Channel 8.
Quick look at the Bay Area rush hour traffic.
Tom Pendleton has a look at what's going on. Hi, Tom.
Hello, Sue and Reg. EMS units are on the scene at this time in Dunedin at County Road 1, just south of Curlew. There's an accident working there. If you're heading out toward the beach, here's a road you may want to avoid. It's the Bel Air Causeway. There's a wreck there blocking or clogging up the traffic in the westbound lanes. And a crash reported on the Tampa side at Beers End, Nebraska. That's creating quite a bottleneck. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Thank you, Tom. On new
First, Tom Pendleton is covering traffic for us. Tom?
Well, if you're looking to head home now, Kennedy and West Shore and Tampa is an intersection you might want to steer clear of. A couple cars coming together there. That's causing a few headaches. And some showers falling in parts of the Bay Area. That has caused some traffic to be a little bit heavier than normal. Some big stack-ups now at Bush in Nebraska. And the roadways are real slick out there, so keep your speed down and look out for the other guy. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
From WTSB Channel 10, CBS. This is 10 News. People you can count on.
Traffic out there in the Bay Area.
Tom Pendleton is covering traffic for us. Hi, Tom.
Hello, Sue and Reggie. If you're looking to head into Tampa using 275 from Pasco County or anywhere north of that area, it's an overturned vehicle accident. That appears to be off to the side, but maybe some folks slowing down to see what's going on there. Out in eastern Hillsborough County, it's a crash with injuries, a car and a mobile home colliding together. That's at Rodine and Balm Riverview. And westbound I-4 looking slow for folks traveling to southbound 275. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Thank you, Tom.
Well, Tampa Bay's rush hour right now. Tom Pendleton is covering traffic for us. Hi, Tom.
Hello, Sue. You can expect a trouble-free drive if you plan on taking the Gandy, Howard Franklin, or Courtney Campbell Causeway to get home. Getting to the bridges, well, that's another story. There's an accident southbound 275 just past the Hillsborough River. That's slowing traffic back into the interchange, also affecting the traffic heading westbound on I-4 into the interchange. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Thank you, Tom. Well, some special
news keeping an eye on traffic for us tonight. Hey, Tom.
Hey, if you're looking to take I-4 to get into Tampa, you can expect some delays right around the 50th Street area. That's due to an accident involving two semis. Taking you to Pinellas County now with a collision on US 19 at Enterprise. The ambulance is responding to the scene there. And major problems getting over the Bayside Bridge with a wreck in the northbound lanes just a little bit south of the hump. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
From WTSB Channel 10, CBS. This is...
Look at the Bay Area rush hour traffic.
And how's it moving today, Tom?
Well, you've got some problems if you're trying to get out of Tampa along eastbound I-4. It's a semi. It lost its trailer. Looks like it's off to the side now, but you may see a lot of folks tapping the brakes to take a look there. In St. Pete, a couple cars coming together along 4th Street at Coger Center Boulevard. This one taking up the two right lanes, and southbound 275 stacked up approaching Howard Armenia. It's a disabled vehicle sitting in the left center lane. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Thank you, Tom. The weekend is a big problem.
Boy, an accident like that would make you quit driving almost, wouldn't it? Tom Pendleton has a look at the traffic, how it's moving right now, Tom.
Well, here's a spot to stay away from this afternoon. It's in Largo at Ulmerton and 49th Street. A couple cars coming together there, and slowdowns on the Tampa side, too, in the USF part of town. It's a collision at 56th and Fletcher, and another problem at Waters and Armenia. That's causing a few delays. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Thanks, Tom.
Time now to take a quick look at the rush hour traffic around Tampa Bay.
And Tom Pendleton has his eye on that. How's it look, Tom?
Well, authorities on the scene now in Tampa at Fowler in Nebraska, which is usually a pretty heavily crowded area anyways. There's causing some even greater than normal backups there. EMS units also responding to a crash at Hillsborough and Harney in the Temple Terrace area. And on the Pinellas side of the bay in Palm Harbor, a couple cars coming together at US 19 and Tampa Road. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Thank you, Tom.
In China. But first, Tom Pendleton is keeping an eye on traffic for us tonight. Hey, Tom.
Hey, if you have plans for dinner out on Clearwater Beach, try to avoid taking South Fort Harrison. There's an apartment fire that's closed the road down between Druid and Magnolia. A good alternate route would be Myrtle. Making your way out of Tampa could be a problem on I-4 right at I-75 due to a collision there, and a wreck in the Bayonet Point part of Pasco County at US 19 and State Road 52. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Traffic's moving right now on Tampa Bay roadways.
Tom Pendleton is covering traffic for us. Tom?
Well, traffic's starting to stack up in Tampa at MLK and Armenia. We have an accident in the intersection there, and very slow around that area. Those big bridges rolling along up to speed. No problem getting to St. Pete, Clearwater, or Tampa. And a crash just now getting word of this one. It's off Linebaugh right at Sheldon. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Thank you, Tom.
We have ambulances heading out to an accident in St. Petersburg, 22nd Avenue South and 33rd Street. Possibly some delays there. On the Hillsborough side, a wreck at MLK, just west of I-75 at Queen Palm Drive. And just now getting word of a crash in Odessa at 54 and Gun Highway. Possibly a problem spot for folks heading home to Newport Richie. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Fires.
Time now to take a quick look at the rush hour traffic around Tampa Bay.
Tom Pendleton is covering traffic for us. Hi, Tom.
Well, traffic very heavy for folks heading into Tampa along I-4. We have reports that delays are extending all the way back to 50th Street at this time. And EMS units on the scene to an accident westbound 60 and Ware Boulevard. That's right up the road from the Brandon Town Center. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Thank you, Tom.
10 News keeping an eye on traffic for us tonight. Hey, Tom.
Hey, because of an earlier accident involving 3 cars on southbound 275 at the Dale-Mabry merge, the traffic flow all stacked up all the way back to the downtown area. Hopefully that should be cleaned up shortly. The fire department out on the scene at 40th Street and Bird, and we're just now getting word that 40th Street is closed down just beyond Columbus, and the traffic lights on flash at Himes south of MLK. You want to treat that as a 4-way stop. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Look at the rush hour traffic around Tampa Bay.
And Tom Pendleton has an update for you. How's it look, Tom?
Well, we'll start off in Pasco County. Port Richey, right in front of the Gulfview Square Mall at US 19 and Embassy. A crash there causing some problems. In Tampa, an accident southbound on 275 at the West Shore exit ramp. That has the EMS units responding to the scene. And over to Pinellas now. A spot to avoid northbound US 19 at 115th Avenue. A wreck there taking up a couple lanes. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Thank you, Tom. I felt a little bad.
Roadways.
And how are things right now? Tom Pendleton is covering traffic for us. Tom?
Major problems in Pinellas. It's a crash in the northbound lanes of US 19 at 115th Avenue. There's injuries involved as well, and an overturned vehicle. If you have to drive through that area, stay to the right. Otherwise, a good alternate route would be 66th Street or 49th Street. And you may find some slowdowns getting into or out of the downtown area of Tampa with a wreck on Kennedy right at the Hillsborough River Bridge. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
All right, thanks.
Take a quick look at the Bay Area rush hour. Tom Pendleton is covering traffic. Tom?
Well, if Gun Highway is your way home, you may want to consider another route. Right at Racetrack Road, we have an accident involving an overturned vehicle. And stack up southbound on 275 south of Fowler. There's a crash moved over into the left emergency lane, but lots of folks are slowing down to see what's going on there. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
It's me.
Tom Pendleton is keeping an eye on traffic for us tonight. Hey, Tom.
Hey, getting into Tampa on I-4, that could be quite an adventure for you. At the Hillsborough-Polk County line, emergency road repair has the right lane closed down and not expected to reopen for a few more hours. Also a wreck westbound I-4 at State Road 39. That's the Plant City exit. And once you reach Tampa, well, look for southbound and northbound 275 to be extra heavy. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Oh, but how about the roadways out there for the rush hour? Tom Pendleton is checking on traffic right now.
Well, we had an accident in Tampa along southbound 275 at Howard, Armenia. That was pushed off into the left emergency lane, but the traffic is crawling along all the way back to the junction. In Clearwater, the northbound lanes, the US 19 are all clogged up just north of Drew Street. Some injuries involved in a crash there. And authorities now clearing a landing zone for the medical helicopter heading out to MLK at I-4. There's a wreck with injuries in the works there. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Thank you, Tom.
An eye on traffic for us tonight. Hi, Tom.
Hi. If you'll be traveling north on I-75, you may want to avoid getting on the interstate at MLK. There's a wreck on the entrance ramp, and that's causing some big delays. And authorities have set up a landing zone in Port Richey right in front of the Gulfview Square Mall. Some very serious injuries involved in that one. That's at US 19 and Embassy Boulevard. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Today, slowed traffic. Tom Pendleton has a look at how the rush hour traffic's moving. Tom?
Well, we're starting to see some stack-ups through the downtown Tampa area now. There's a crash at Scott Street and Franklin Street. That's causing delays all around the entire downtown area. Also a collision at Dale, Mabry, and Waters, slowing your ride home. And currently, your Bay Area bridges are rolling along up to speed. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Thank you, Tom. A little
road rage when we come back.
And right now, Tom Pendleton is keeping an eye on traffic. Tom?
Well, good afternoon. An accident working now. The 672 on-ramp to southbound 75. That may be a problem for you getting onto the interstate. An alternate route you may wish to consider is traveling to 674 and getting on there. And now taking you out to Port Richey, where authorities are responding to a collision on US 19 at Tacoma, just north of the Gulfview Square Mall. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Some bad weather moving in, especially during the rush hour now.
Some wet roads, too. Tom Pendleton's covering traffic. How's it moving, Tom?
Well, good afternoon, Sue and Reggie. If you're planning on taking Alderman to get around anytime soon, there's an accident in the eastbound lanes right at alternate 19. That could give you some problems. And things are stacking up for folks traveling from St. Pete to Clearwater using the Bayside Bridge on the south end. There's a collision there causing delays all the way back to Roosevelt. And in Tampa, a crash on Dale Mabry, a little bit north of Spruce Street at Cherry. That should be out of your way shortly. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Thank you, Tom.
First, Tom Pendleton has traffic for us. Tom?
As if the weather isn't causing enough problems for folks getting home, getting into Tampa on I-4. This is a disabled vehicle taking up the center lane just before the interchange. We're seeing slowdowns back to 22nd Street, and the interchange is very heavy on southbound 275. Expect to crawl along all the way from Mears over to the Howard Franklin Bridge. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Look at the rush hour traffic around Tampa Bay.
You might have to have your wipers on for this one. Tom Pendleton's covering traffic. How's it look?
Well, Sue and Reg, I-4 looking extra slow this afternoon, especially around the 40th Street area. A crash there is now moved off into the median and is affecting both westbound and eastbound traffic. Heavy in all directions through the interchange, too, with speeds between 10 and 30 miles per hour. And your Bay Area bridges are currently rolling along up to speed with no reported problems on the Courtney Campbell, Gandy, or Howard Franklin bridges. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Thank you, Tom.
Just keeping an eye on traffic for us tonight. Tom?
Hi, Dave and Marty. Getting into Tampa on I-4 is just about at a crawl right now. That's due to a crash just before the interchange. A couple cars there together, and the traffic is backed up all the way to 40th Street, where we had an earlier collision. Authorities are also working a wreck in Brandon at Causeway and Providence. That doesn't appear to be too much of a problem, and hopefully we'll be out of your way shortly. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Time now to take a quick look at the Bay Area rush hour traffic.
Tom Pendleton has been watching traffic for us. How's it look?
Well, Sue and Reg, taking you out to the interstate now in Tampa, now in a collision to contend with in the northbound lanes right before Bush Boulevard. Reportedly, this one involving 4 vehicles and one apparently taking up the right lane. Also, slowdowns on I-75, an accident right at MLK. This may be a problem getting on or off the interstate in the Brandon area. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Thank you, Tom.
Just covering traffic for us, Tom.
A major problem getting into Tampa on I-4 at 22nd Street. We had a truck spill oil in the road there. You can expect a big tie-up as authorities work to clean up that mess. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Today's rush hour, Tom Pendleton is covering traffic for us tonight. Tom?
Well, big problems if you're traveling through Pasco County. Northbound I-75, just south of State Road 52, an injury accident there, and an overturned vehicle in the median. There's debris all over both lanes of traffic, and it's very slow and heavy, too. And watch for the medical helicopter heading out to the scene there. Selman Expressway got problems in the eastbound lanes right around 39th Street, a wreck taking up the right lane. And as you can see, your big bridges out here currently rolling along up to speed. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
All right, thanks a lot, Tom. It's
as covering traffic for us.
Well, big slowdown still on I-75 south of State Road 52. A very serious accident there, both slow north and southbound. They had the medevac helicopter on the scene. And a crash in Oldsmar on Tampa Road west of McMullen Booth. That's tying things up just a bit. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Need a refresher course.
Tom Pendleton is keeping an eye on traffic for us. Hey, Tom.
And good afternoon, everyone. Because of an earlier accident in Tampa on southbound 275, just approaching the interchange, that one involving 3 semis, traffic has been rerouted onto Jefferson Street right now. Southbound is completely closed there, so make sure you take an alternate route. We suggest MLK would be a good way to get around this one. Slowdowns, too, into Tampa. Crash there at westbound I-4 at 40th Street, and expect delays if you're traveling home to Pasco County. An accident on State Road 54 and Livingston. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
All right, thanks a lot, Tom.
But first, Tom Pendleton is covering traffic. Tom?
Traffic for us tonight. How's it looking out there, Tom?
Well, Dave and Sue, we've got some big stack-ups in Clearwater at Pierce Boulevard and Pierce Street, right around the Memorial Causeway, an accident with injuries there. Lots of ambulances and fire rescue on the scene there. Also, stay away from Gulf to Bay and McMullen Booth, an injury crash there, stacking things up. And getting out of Tampa, a little bit slow on I-4, just around I-75, due to a collision out there. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
All right, thanks, Tom.
But first, Tom Pendleton has traffic. Tom?
All right, now in the town and country area, slowdowns on northbound Eisenhower, just approaching Hillsborough Avenue, a disabled dump truck there in the center lane. And in Tampa, southbound 275, right around the Fowler area. Watch out for a collision slowing you down there. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Quick look at the rush hour traffic around Tampa Bay.
Hey, the weekend's underway. Time to get it going. Tom Pendleton watching traffic for us. How's it look, Tom?
Well, Sue and Reg, we're seeing some major delays through Oldsmar. Usually heavy along this time of day. Here's an accident to contend with to add to the delays. EMS units are on the scene at Forest Lakes Boulevard and Tampa Road. And in the Tampa area, the interchange very heavy this afternoon. Traffic down to a crawl on north and southbound 275, as well as east and westbound I-4. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Thank you, Tom.
Traffic, Tom?
Well, let's take you out to South Tampa now, where authorities are on the scene of an accident at Gandy and Clark Street. Also a crash in front of the Gulfview Square Mall in Port Richey. This one in the southbound lanes right on US 19. And just now getting word of a wreck in Clearwater along US 19 in the northbound lanes, just south of Gulf to Bay. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Bay's Tuesday rush hour. Tom Pendleton is covering traffic. Hi, Tom.
Hey, good afternoon, Sue and Reggie. The fire department is out on the scene in Town and Country for a vehicle fire on Hillsborough Avenue, just east of Webb Road at Halifax Street. That'll have you tapping the brakes. I-4 also slow this time of day. Expect even heavier traffic in the eastbound lanes at McIntosh due to a couple of cars colliding together there. And as for your Bay Area bridges, everything reportedly rolling along up to speed with no problems on the Courtney Campbell, Howard Franklin, or the Gandy bridges. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Thank you, Tom.
Up next.
But first, Tom Pendleton has traffic. Tom.
Problems in the Brandon area. An overturned vehicle accident on Parsons Avenue south of Windhorst at Cranberry Court. Also a crash around USF on Bruceby Downs south of Fletcher. And over on the Pinellas side of the bay, stack-ups on Seminole Boulevard in the northbound lanes just north of Park Boulevard. That's because of a wreck through that area. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Look at Tampa Bay's rush hour traffic.
Tom Pendleton is covering traffic for us. Hi, Tom.
Hi, Sue and Reg. Slowdowns getting on and off the interstate in Tampa. A vehicle fire at Lois and 275. That may be a problem for you this afternoon. Traffic also stacking up heading into Tampa on the Courtney Campbell Causeway. That's because of an accident with injuries on the Pinellas side, and EMS units on the scene of a wreck with injuries at Bush Boulevard and Orange Grove Drive right around Linebaugh. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Thank you, Tom. Now,
Tom Pendleton is keeping an eye on traffic for us tonight. Hey, Tom.
Hey, good afternoon. An injury accident in Tampa could get in your way if you're traveling home. That's around the area of Florabraska and Nebraska. Expect some continued slowdowns on Bush Boulevard right around Linebaugh due to an earlier crash there. And authorities have posted the high wind warnings on the Sunshine Skyway Bridge. We've got gusts up to 35 miles per hour now, so you need to watch your speed and keep both hands on the steering wheel. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Proper air flight. We'll have his story. But first, Tom Pendleton is keeping an eye on traffic for us tonight. Hey, Tom.
Hey, good afternoon. Some big backups into Tampa along westbound I-4 right at the interchange. Earlier accident there. Multiple vehicles involved. That's slowing things down all the way to the Florida State Fairgrounds. And a crash on the Pinellas side could affect your ride over to Tampa if you're looking to travel on Ulmerton over to the Howard Franklin Bridge. We have a collision there at Feather Sound. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Tom Pendleton is covering traffic for us. Hi, Tom.
Good afternoon, Dave and Sue. If your travels home take you through Pinellas County, just along 275 in the southbound lanes, we have some delays there getting off at Roosevelt. There's a crash stacking folks up. And on the other side of the bay, if you're looking to make your way around the interchange, looking very heavy this afternoon, both north and southbound 275, as well as east and westbound I-4. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
All right, for you. But first, Tom Pendleton has traffic. Tom?
EMS units out on the scene in Largo this afternoon. A crash in the eastbound lanes of East Bay Drive at Highland. Some road blockage there, too. That could delay your ride home. Also in Pinellas, authorities continue investigating a very serious crash along southbound 275. A little bit south of Roosevelt. The wreckage is in the median, but lots of flashing lights on the scene affecting both north and southbound traffic. Home this afternoon, but you can definitely expect some delays in Tampa along 275. A crash there in the northbound lanes involving 4 cars approaching Ashley. That's taking up the right lane. Also problems getting on and off the Veterans Expressway because of a crash on Ehrlich just under the Vets. And currently your Bay Area bridges rolling along up to speed with no major delays. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
All right, thanks, Tom. Traffic. Tom?
Marty and Doug, we got an accident getting in your way in Pinellas County. Seminole Boulevard and 110th Street. Authorities have just about cleared things up there, but still some intermittent delays through the area. Getting to the interstate in Tampa, very slow along Beers. A crash taking up the right lane at Pinecrest. And once you get on 275, expect some slowdowns, big-time slowdowns, north and southbound, anywhere from Howard, Armenia, all the way over to Fowler. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
But first, Tom Pendleton is keeping an eye on traffic for us tonight. Hey, Tom.
Good afternoon. We'll start off this afternoon with a crash in Oldsmar. It's along Tampa Road, just east of Forest Lakes Boulevard at Pine Avenue. That may have you slowing down just a little bit. A pile up in southern Pasco on US 19 south of alternate 19. Accident there involving 4 cars. And no reported problems getting across the Bay Area bridges. All moving along up to speed. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom
Pendleton is covering traffic for us.
A problem for motorists to contend with this afternoon. This is along through Tarpon Springs on US 19 in the northbound lanes north of Klosterman. It's a broken down motorhome that's taking up 2 northbound lanes. This will be a problem for a few hours, authorities are saying. And very sluggish through the interchange in Tampa. That's partially because of a collision on eastbound I-4 just east of the junction. North and southbound 275 also stacked up anywhere from Beers over to the Howard Franklin Bridge. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Out there on the roadways.
Tom Pendleton is covering traffic for us. Hi, Tom.
Hi, Sue and Reg. In Hillsborough County, you can expect delays if your route home takes you to northbound I-75 from Fowler Avenue. Lots of flashing lights and EMS units on the scene of a medical emergency there, and it's right on the on-ramp. Our Bay Area bridges are currently rolling up to speed with the exception of a minor problem on the Bayside Bridge. It's a disabled vehicle in the northbound lanes, which may have you tapping the brakes. With an eye on
The Brown Family Vigil.
Shower traffic out there around Tampa Bay.
A lot of folks heading home with the wipers on, and Tom Pendleton is telling us how they're moving, Tom.
Sue and Reg, some big problems this afternoon for folks trying to get into Tampa along I-4. A sinkhole at Hillsborough Avenue has closed the roadway, and traffic is being diverted off at 301 just over to Highway 92 and then back onto I-4. A good alternate route would be take MLK for the westbound commuters. And over on the Pinellas side of the bay, a crash on Ulmerton, a little bit east of Roosevelt, that one at 40th Street. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Thank you, Tom.
But first, Tom Pendleton is keeping an eye on traffic for us tonight. Hey, Tom.
Hey, the interchange looking very slow, and part of the reason is an accident in the southbound lanes of 275 right at I-4. And heading from Tampa, a wreck in Clearwater delaying your ride home. That's along westbound Gulf to Bay at McMullen Booth. This one partially blocking the right lane. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Let me tell you something. Tampa Bay.
Tom Pendleton has his eye on that. Hi, Tom.
Hi, Sue and Reg. Hey, it looks like a pretty heavy volume for commuters heading north on US 19 through Pinellas and into Pasco County. An accident there in Holiday, just north of the county line at Flora Avenue. That one could get in your way. And it looks like a trouble-free ride through the interchange this afternoon in Tampa. North and southbound 275, east and westbound I-4, all moving right well now. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Thank you, Tom. Find out how next. But first, Tom Pendleton is covering traffic.
A problem in Pinellas County that may have you tied up for some time to come. It's an accident northbound on 66th Street, just a little bit north of Tyrone Boulevard. Only the left lane is getting by there. And your drive over Tampa Bay looking good. No reported problems on the Courtney Campbell, the Gandy, or the Howard Franklin Bridge. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Tampa Bay's rush hour.
Time to head home now. Tom Pendleton's covering traffic. How's it look, Tom?
Sue, Doug, looking pretty good this afternoon. Your ride into Tampa may be a little bit slower, though, than normal. If you're taking the Howard Franklin Bridge just over the hump, it's a disabled vehicle. You need to look out for that. And lots of stop-and-go traffic through the interchange. Things are looking especially heavy for commuters heading south on 275, right around the Howard Armenia area. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
All righty, Tom, thanks.
Going to have to put the sunshade down if you're heading home.
Get interested in reading, one book at a time.
But first, Tom Pendleton is covering traffic for us. Hey, Tom.
Hey, Marty and Doug. You can expect some slow, heavy traffic through Carrollwood this afternoon due to a crash northbound on Dale Mabry between Beers and Handy Road. In St. Petersburg, EMS units are on the scene of an accident in the northbound lanes of 275 just before Roosevelt, and the ambulance also responding to a wreck on southbound 275 just south of 38th Avenue. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Look at the rush hour traffic around Tampa Bay.
And Tom Pendleton is covering traffic for us. Hi, Tom.
Hi, Sue and Reg. Getting into the Bay Area on I-4 is a complete nightmare this afternoon. We had an early morning crash involving an overturned semi, and as a result, westbound I-4 is still closed at U.S. Highway 27, and traffic is being detoured around the scene. Another accident with an overturned vehicle westbound on I-4 east of Park, that in the Plant City area. That'll be stacking you up. And a new wreck, we're just getting word of this one, northbound 275 approaching Dr. King. Lots of flashing lights on the scene there, and very slow through the entire Tampa Bay area. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Thank you, Tom. You know, rush hour traffic around Tampa Bay.
And as always, Tom Pendleton has his eye on traffic. How's it look, Tom?
Good afternoon, Sue and Reg. Getting out of Tampa a little slow if your way out is I-4. An accident in the eastbound lanes just before McIntosh. That could be a problem for you. In Pinellas Park, authorities are responding to a crash on Bryan-Derry right around 72nd Street. And your ride over the bay reportedly looking trouble-free now. The Gandy, Howard Franklin, and Courtney Campbell Causeway all rolling along up to speed. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Thank you, Tom. The weather is covering traffic for us. Hi, Tom.
Hi, Marty and Reg. Earlier accident this afternoon on eastbound I-4 at McIntosh involving two cars, a semi, and fuel spillage. Now all off to the side, but the backups are extending all the way back to Orient. Also slow, too, getting over the Sunshine Skyway Bridge. The Department of Transportation is installing cameras, and the right lane is blocked both north and southbound, so you can expect delays getting over the big bridge tonight. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Boy, there's so much going on this weekend, too.
But first, Tom Pendleton with the traffic.
Marty, Reg, looks like traffic starting to stack up through Carrollwood on Dale Mabry. The fire department on the scene of a car fire a little bit south of Ehrlich Road. Problems, too, in Largo on 49th Street at Omerton. A crash there with injuries and lots of flashing lights on the scene. And US 19 very slow through Clearwater, partially due to an accident in the northbound lanes just a little bit north of Drew Street. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Got the Bay Area rush hour traffic.
And Tom Pendleton is covering traffic for us. Hi, Tom.
Hi, Sue and Reg. You can expect some big, heavy, slowed traffic through Tampa. Southbound 275 around Howard, Armenia, have an accident there with delays all the way back to the interchange. And authorities should be just about wrapping up a wreck in Pinellas, US 19 and 54th Avenue North. You can still expect some intermittent delays to that area, though. And your ride over Tampa Bay looks trouble-free. No delays on the Courtney Campbell, the Howard Franklin, or the Gandy Bridge this afternoon. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Thank you, Tom. Big rush hour traffic.
Tom Pendleton, how's that for us, Tom?
Hi, Marty and Reg. Interchange is just about a mess this afternoon. Very slow into Tampa on I-4 back to 50th Street. Also eastbound I-4 traffic stacked up, too, all the way back to 275. Heavy into Tampa, too, coming from Pinellas on the Howard Franklin Bridge. Once you get over that hump, you'll be riding the brakes all the way into town. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Thank you, Tom. He's a man at the rush hour traffic around Tampa Bay.
And Tom Pendleton has that for us. Hi, Tom.
Hi, Sue and Reggie. Expect some extra heavy volume on the roads, a combination of rush hour and the Billy Graham Crusade tonight at the Ray J Stadium. Some very heavy traffic now. Southbound on 275 from the interchange all the way over to Dale Mabry. Also Dale Mabry looking heavy around the stadium, of course. And an earlier afternoon accident southbound on the Veterans Expressway at Hutchinson that had the medical helicopter out on the scene. Still some major delays north and southbound. You may be better off taking Dale Mabry, Gun Highway, or US 41 if you're heading south. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Thank you, Tom. Election day is just time to take a quick look at the Bay Area rush hour traffic.
And Tom Pendleton is standing by with that for us. How's it look, Tom?
Well, Sue and Reg, Dale Mabry starting to stack up as folks head out to Raymond James Stadium for the second night of the Billy Graham Crusade. MLK, Hillsborough Avenue, Columbus, they all have a little busier than normal volume. And your ride into Tampa looks pretty heavy, too, on I-4. An accident there approaching 22nd Street. It's pushed off into the median, but some people are slowing down to see what's going on there. And northbound 275 north of Beers, overturned vehicle crash there. It's in the median, but it's affecting both north and southbound travelers. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Thank you, Tom. It's a sound to the Crusade. You might want to give yourself plenty of time to get there.
Yeah, roads were a little backed up last night. Same tonight, leading up to the stadium. Tom Pendleton joins us now with the latest on traffic. Tom?
Oh, that's right, Sue and Reg. What you're looking at through this live shot from Sky 10 is some very heavy volume all around the stadium area. Dale Mabry especially looking heavy. And if you're looking for a good way, maybe try southbound 275 to Himes. Take Himes north up to the Raymond James Stadium, and it looks like a decent way to go. Also, Spruce Street might be a way to consider, too, if you're coming from the north or western part of the Bay Area. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Thanks, Tom.
Traffic around Tampa Bay.
And Tom Pendleton has his eye on it. How's it look?
Sue and Reg, things are looking beautiful on those roadways. Maybe some slowdowns, though, on I-4 heading into Tampa. That's due to a crash at Park Road in the Plant City area. We got word of that one is pushed off to the side now, so you should be able to sail right by. And no reported problems on those big bridges either. Getting to Clearwater, Tampa, or St. Petersburg pretty much looks like a trouble-free ride. With an eye on traffic, I'm Tom Pendleton, 10 News.
Thank you, Tom. With only a little more